Every semester, I get the same question from my students. Sir, what should I learn to get hired? And every semester, I see the same panic in their eyes. AI this, AI that. Sir, is programming even worth learning anymore? I tell them the same thing every time. Programming isn't dying. The lazy programmer is. Stack Overflow surveyed developers last year, 84% are already using AI tools in their daily workflow. The bar for what a competent developer looks like has moved, and it's not going back. So here's what I tell my students. Here are the 6 skills that actually matter in 2026. Not the fluff. Not the hype. But the stuff that keeps showing up in job postings, interviews, and in the profiles of people who are actually landing roles right now. I'm an IT professor, and let me break it down. Number 1. Python. Again. I know you've heard it 1,000 times. But Python isn't just popular. It's the one language that sits at the center of AI, data science, and automation all at once. When I grade my students' projects, the ones who picked up Python alongside their main stack are solving problems faster, building more, getting better grades. If you're already a JavaScript or Java developer, picking up Python isn't starting over. It's adding the most useful tool in the shed right now. The ROI is instant. Number 2. Cloud computing. And before you say that's not my job, stop. Companies have moved everything to AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. They're not going back. I'm not saying you need to be a cloud architect. But if you don't know what a container is, how deployment works, what happens when your app lives in the cloud, that's a gap. And it's getting harder to ignore. Number 3. AI literacy. And I don't mean knowing how to use ChatGPT. Everyone is using Claude or Cursor. That's not impressive anymore. What actually separates my top students from the rest is knowing when the AI is wrong. Because trust me, it will be. AI generates code that looks clean, passes a quick read, then breaks under an edge case neither you nor the AI thought to test. The developers who can audit that output, catch the subtle issues, and prompt these tools properly, those are the ones companies actually want to hire. Number 4. System design. Here's the thing about AI writing code for you. It's good at the code part. It genuinely stinks at figuring out how a system should be structured. How do you build something that holds up when 1 million people use it at once? How do microservices talk to each other when one of them goes down? How do you design a database that doesn't fall apart under load? That's still a human problem. And it's the biggest thing separating junior developers from senior ones. Number 5. Cybersecurity Basics. I'm not saying become a security engineer. I'm saying stop shipping vulnerable code. SQL injections, broken authentication, missing input validation, these are not exotic attacks. These are the basics developers are still getting wrong in production. Companies are getting hit with breaches costing millions, and a lot of it traces back to code that never should have passed review. Number 6. DevOps and CI/CD awareness. Shipping code is part of your job now. If you've never set up a GitHub Actions pipeline, never worked with Docker, never thought about what happens between writing code and a user running it, that's a gap that's starting to matter. You don't need to be a Kubernetes expert. But being able to deploy your own work without handing it off? That makes you a more complete developer. Here's what I actually think about all of this. None of these skills are hard to learn on their own. Python? Free tutorials everywhere. Cloud? AWS free tier. AI literacy? Start using these tools critically instead of blindly accepting their output. The hard part isn't learning. The hard part is deciding to stop doing what's comfortable and start building what's relevant. The developers who are struggling right now aren't less capable. They just stopped updating. And in 2026, that's the only real career risk. So here's my challenge. Pick one of these 6 skills this week. Not all of them. 1. Spend 30 minutes on it. See what happens. Because the students who build these skills are the ones who don't stay students for long. I'm an IT professor. I grade APIs from my students every semester. And I can tell you the ones who invest in themselves, the ones who build beyond the syllabus, they're the ones who change their lives. Subscribe for the stuff your syllabus doesn't cover. Control+Alt+Rants is every week. See you in the next one.